name is Patrik Baboumian. I'm a strength athlete. I have done strength training for a quarter of a century, and I'm vegan for more than 5 years now. And I try to do outreach for vegan nutrition and for animal rights, and try to educate the public on all the myths regarding animal protein and so on. Yeah, I mean, the fact that you need protein to build muscles is not false in itself. Protein is the basic building stone of muscle. So muscle is actually protein. So you need protein, but the myth in there is that animal protein is the best source of protein that you can get. And the problem with that is that animal protein always has some flaws in it that are quite unhealthy for your body. So if you compare animal protein to plant protein, if you have a balanced diet with a balanced amino acid profile of plant protein sources, you always do better than with animal protein, because it's not over-acidizing your body as much, so your metabolism gets actually more efficient. I did the switch 100%, so I went 100% plant-based, but actually any step that you do towards that is already good. But I always recommend to people to do it 100%, because then you are going to have the full effect. So some people say, okay, all of that sounds great, but I'm a little bit afraid of going vegan for the rest of my life. And what I tell those people is, just do it for 4 weeks and just try to check what happens in your body. Switch from animal sources to plant sources, take the same amount of protein, but now with plant sources, and see what happens in your body. After 4 weeks, you're not going to want to go back to your old diet. My reasons were ethical reasons. So I was not doing that because I thought that I'm going to do better when I switch. I actually thought it's going to probably be harder to maintain my performance level. And the funny thing is, every one of those 2 steps actually boosted my performance levels. So when I switched from a meat diet to a meat-free diet, I got better. And then later, when I switched from the vegetarian diet to a completely plant-based diet, I got even better than that. So that was actually a big surprise for myself. And that was the reason that I thought I have to do outreach, and I have to tell people what the real effects of a plant-based nutrition are, because there is this misconception that when you go plant-based, you only eat green stuff and you're going to be thin and weak. And that's because people have a total misconception what it means to be plant-based. It doesn't mean that you only eat lettuce and salad and greens. There are grains, there are legumes, there are a lot of also very rich, even calorie-rich stuff that you can eat, that gives you enough calories, that gives you enough protein, that gives you everything that your body needs to maintain size and maintain strength. And for me, it meant that my strength and size got even much better than it was before.
And finally, you said you did switch because of ethical reasons. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, so my basic reasons to switch to a meat-free diet more than 10 years ago was just that I realized that throughout my life I have always been quite compassionate with animals. So when I would see an animal suffering, I would immediately have the urge to help. One day where I spent the whole day to help a baby raven, and then at the same time I'm eating a chicken. And I thought, that doesn't make any sense. Why am I in the one case trying to help, and in the other case I'm actually eating the animal? So I'm paying someone to kill the animal so I can eat it. And what came to my mind is that in the one case I was seeing the suffering, and when I saw the suffering I wanted to help. In the other case I was just seeing a product. I was just seeing something that I bought without seeing how it gets killed, how it fears for its life, and all that nasty stuff. So at that point I just thought, this is not honest. I'm not honest to myself. So I have to either go that direction that I say, okay, animals, I don't care about animals, or I go to that direction that I say, if I care about animals, I shouldn't eat them. That was quite straightforward for me. So that was the first step. I just stopped eating animals. 5 or 6 years later, I just realized having a lot more information that if you want to reduce suffering, it's just not enough to stop eating animals themselves. But if you look at the dairy industry, if you look how eggs are produced, it's just gross, and you don't want to support that. So I thought the real answer to what I'm trying to do is going completely vegan.
Thank you a lot, Patrik, and for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.